Welcome to part two of this. I guess it's what is it? The Tower to Heaven or the Ladder to Heaven?
Yep. I mean, it's technically the Tower to Heaven, but it's based on a joke from a South Park episode called The Ladder to Heaven. So.
Yep. So I'm here with Marcus Aurelius, and we've got shooting stars now around us.
Yeah,
I'm responsible for the right-hand side. I'm not very accomplished at this game.
We're talking at the end of the last episode about I'm drawing a blank here, but it was relevant.
The co-op games.
Yes, absolutely. And so this game here, I think, is a great. A fun co-op game, and they make it. I built your side, but they make it so easy to co-op. It's all through the Steam interface, and it's one of the easier games. Actually, Daz and I have played a number of co-op games, and sometimes they're really hard to set up.
Yes. It's you're right, and this is quite good fun actually. I do remember when I was playing it with my nephew, and it was we had a great time playing it. He was good at it, and I was bad at it.
Well, it combines exploration and building, which are both fun in and of themselves, and are very fun combined.
Actually, one game that we found, that I find anyway, is there's a few games that I have on my list of the best of the sort of co-op or hot seat type games, like that you can sort of play. And there's one game that I'm really waiting to come out again. That's I think it's version 3 of it, and that's Frozen Synapse. Have you ever played that, Marcus?
I have not. I've heard the name though. What kind of game is it?
It's you've got a small squad, and it's you essentially take it in turns. It's turn based, but it's very, very good. Where you only can play it competitive. Actually, no, you can play it against the AI, The turns are quite short, but you've got to sort of micromanage what your men are going to do in their phase. So it does take a little bit of you've got to be careful essentially, and it's sort of a little bit of outwitting what the enemy is likely to do, and you've got different weapons in your men. So it's turn based, but it's sort of like it's a WeGo system, like where you where you end up with the what am I going to say? Like where you have a turn, then like you plot your turn, the enemy plots their turn at the same time, and then you both play it out together. And so it's quite good if you've got like two computers, but you can play it hot seat as well, like where you're sharing the one computer with somebody. And it's because the turns don't go dramatically long, it's not too bad. So it's one of those things. I don't like playing hot seat games where it sort of ends up becoming, a game where you're just waiting around forever to have turns being played. Like, for example, what's that thing?
It's a bad guy. Oh, shoot. And he's done.
Okay.
So how do I word this? I like co-op games. I'm not a fan of competitive multiplayer, and I think at this point, I have a good example why, and I think you can kind of buy into this. You seem above this sort of thing. Oh, by the way, look how the background's changed, and now there's meteors floating around.
Just noticed that, actually. Does it go back when we go back down?
It should.
Yeah, it does. It's right here. Okay. I'm going to build a little thing on the outside just to let us know that this is some change in atmosphere.
This is the transition point.
Yep.
There we go. We could build a little... Perfect.
All right. That's cool. That's
our Dominions 4 game.
Yep.
Because we are all very nice people, but the Dominions 4 game seems like it is just bringing out the worst in everybody, including myself, and that's why I'm kind of over it.
Look, it's one of those games. It does your head in. It does your head in so badly. Dominions. It's and it's one of those games. It's a big investment as well. Thanks. In time and energy, and it does get very, very tricky playing that game. It's something that it's enjoyable, but Oh, hang on. What do we got up above us?
We've reached our first asteroid.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's sort of I shouldn't. It's going to sound bad, but I'm not going to be unhappy when this series is done, simply because it's so draining.
Oh yeah, no, I don't feel bad. I feel exactly the same way, and I've not made that a secret to anyone.
Yep.
And again, it's a great game and it's super fun. It's just you're constantly thinking, okay, so what is Daz gonna do to screw me over right now? Like, and it's just not healthy. It's not like emotionally healthy to be that way.
No, it's one of those things where I enjoy it, but it's just, for me, it's the time commitment has been just so heavy. Just doing, because I'm doing a cartoon strip of all the diplomacy and everything, so it's really been extremely time consuming to actually do it. Geez, you can mine very, very well.
Yeah. Again, anybody can. It's just if you play the game long enough, you upgrade your matter manipulator through these little items that you find locked in chests everywhere.
Yep. Do we need some torches or?
I don't have a lot of them. I kind of stopped building them lower in the thing, but I'll put let's put one here. Let's put one here. But yeah, we've made it.
I'm enjoying the game. But I am looking forward to when it's over, simply because of I am finding it really quite draining on me mentally.
Man, I'm not doing a very good job eyeballing where these ledges should be. But okay, let's just real quick. I mean, how cool of a game is this that it lets you go all the way from the ground up into space?
Yeah.
I mean, I just love that about it. It's just amazing. It's. I mean, if you wanted to right now, we could build a base on this asteroid. Like have tenants live here, put a cafe. I mean, we could do whatever we wanted, and I love that. I just think that it was Sabouts and I were talking about games like Dwarf Fortress and Cataclysm. He like you is a big fan of it, and how they have you cause you to use your imagination and how that improves the gameplay experience.
Yeah.
I think games like this too, which focus on building and allow the player to build kind of their world, I think that they also kind of stimulate that same brain space.
Well, Minecraft was very much like that.
Yes. This is going to sound terrible, but I've never actually played Minecraft.
It's not surprising. A lot of people haven't ever played it, but it's one of those games that I think that for children, I think it's a great game as long as you don't play multiplayer. I think it's a terrible game for kids multiplayer, from what I've sort of seen of the servers, unless the server is really, really monitored, because you get some real bad people playing it.
Well, just like any game. And I think that's one of the main issues of gaming in general, online gaming, is just the quality of people that you interact with.
Yeah.
I think we PC gamers have it sort of easy compared to like console gamers, and I think their environment is a little more rough and rowdy.
Yeah, I would think so. Although, once again, it's I think strategy gamers also have it much easier as in terms of a community than, for example, first-person shooter gamers.
Yeah.
When you play first-person shooters, you get all the trolls, you get all of the comments that you just don't want to be listening to.
And again, I don't want to sound elitist at all, because all games are awesome, and I enjoy playing all games. I enjoy playing first-person shooters, as do you. But I do think that your typical strategy gamer is a little bit older. I think I will say that than your typical gamer in other genres, and not that they're better people, but I think they're just kind of beyond the juvenile theatrics.
Yes, I agree with that. Even if they're not older in a year sense, they seem to be just more mature.
Oh, I think we've reached our limit. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So this big bright thing on the side, is that the sun?
No, I don't think it is, because you could see the planet through it. But maybe.
Is it moving? It is moving.
But it would imply, though, that it's in front of the planet. And if the sun was in front of the planet, we'd be like burning to death right now.
It wouldn't work, would it?
But wow. All right. Well, there's our tower to heaven.
Let's just let's see how high we can actually get. So sorry, I'm just going to get rid of that, and let's put instead of putting the thing where we just did put it. Are we hitting the actual?
Yeah, I'm feeling like that's the ceiling. Like my head's hitting it.
So we can put a row there. We can't jump any higher than that. I know we still got one more. We're just going to get as high as we can. Oh, maybe even one more.
Sorry. I ruined your row. There we go. No, looks like where you put it the first time was the limit.
Yeah, we'll see if we'll just keep it going. With the come on.
And I literally don't believe. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Okay. That's the. Oh, you're able to get one up on me. I can't even get up to that level that you're on. Oh, I was just able to do it somehow.
Yeah, there we are. All right, so we're at the top.
So
okay,
we're in heaven.
What I'm going to do, Marcus, you probably don't want to do this, but I'm going to jump off. Because why not?
Before you do that, you should eat something. Here.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm starving, so I better. Actually, I've got it in my.
Okay, you got food. Good. I don't know how many pixels do I have. Oh, I only have 687 pixels, so death isn't gonna be a problem for me.
Okay, so.
All right.
I'm gonna jump off.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll see how long it takes.
See you on the flip side.
Oh, actually, you can land on the asteroid. Try landing on the asteroid.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually worse because now I'm
alive.
You survived?
I survived. Oh no! A little creature then killed me.
I blew up on the asteroid, so I have to go all the way back up now to get all my stuff.
Okay, 30% of pixels were lost, which doesn't worry me. Okay, so...
All right, so I'm just going to take my viewers on a tour all the way up the tower, just from the bottom all the way to the top. You still there, Daz?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you pick up all the stuff at the bottom?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go back up.
I mean, not on purpose, but just the game has you grab things automatically when you.
I'm going to try to survive that again. Like that was, I actually hit the asteroid on the way through.
Yeah, I want to go all the way to the bottom, but I think that there's no way to do that without maybe drilling through the asteroid.
Just jump off.
Well, no, I mean I want to go all the way from the top to the ground.
Yeah, so that's where I ended up.
Oh,
is that what you mean?
Did you just jump off again?
No.
I just saw something fall from the...
No, I'm seeing lots of things fall from the asteroid.
Oh, that must be all my stuff.
I think so.
Oh,
do you need
man.
to go down and get it, or?
Oh, there's a. Okay, yeah. Why is it? So wait a minute. It's still falling. Like.
There's stuff falling. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. See, I'm just saying.
So often,
how much fun is this? Like this is very few games let you just do something like this, and so it's amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I'm thoroughly entertained by this game, and the fact that I've got over 100 hours, and I bought it like on sale. I mean,
yeah.
Oh man! Oh, here's our transition point. I'm
not even halfway up yet, I don't think. Gee, it's a long way.
Yeah, I mean, we really created quite the edifice.
Yeah. So with the co-op games, have you ever played Drawful?
No, I cannot say that I have.
We play that at Christmas now. It's become like one of our Christmas games where everybody You play it with your you log in basically to the server, but then you play it with your phone, and it's incredibly good game. Are you putting an area there to jump onto or jump off?
Jump off like a diving board. I want to jump off from the top, but this asteroid makes it difficult. I guess I could, if I
Actually, I avoided it. I mean, I sort of clipped the side of it, but I was sort of heading off to the right-hand side. Some ghosts up here. Here we go. Right, off we go. We'll try this again. Oh, actually, your diving board.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about.
He's in the way.
The good news is you didn't have any stuff to lose.
No, we just need to clip off maybe a couple off the end of the diving board, and then we should be fine.
I'll get rid of the diving board. Now I've created kind of a tunnel that you could fall down as long as you fall straight down. So
okay.
I'll remove the diving board without getting killed myself, hopefully.
Just see if we can survive that that last one. All right, back up again. Is that you that fell off?
No.
Just keep on seeing more things dropping off.
Oh, they're the actual asteroid. I'm
okay.
Trimming it down. I love how this whole episode, for the most part, has been dedicated to us trying to commit suicide. I feel like I should do like a public service announcement right now, like saying like put like a hotline, like a suicide prevention hotline on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's why I can't play The Sims.
Remember, kids, life is precious, and it's a gift. So
I just can't help myself. Whenever I've played The Sims, I've always built a pool with no fences or no way out.
Do you drown yourself in it?
No, just the characters. Like it's, I can't play those games for very long at all.
Before you start trying to figure out how to murder everyone.
No, I just find them. I don't know. It's not boring. I guess it's boring. I just can't get into games like that. It's sort of funny because I really like simulation games. You know, like it's. But The Sims, yeah. I mean, I used to play it, but for maybe half an hour, and then it was like, okay, how do we end the game?
I get you. I played it once a long time ago, the original Sims, I think, but
yeah, that's all I played.
All right,
there's a lot of creatures up here.
I've put a little alcove here, and all right, those of you who are watching my video, this will be the first time you actually see a hopefully successful fall all the way down. So I got to do it just... actually what I'm going to do, so I can go straight down, I'm going to build a little diving board that I could just space down. So I know for a fact I'll fall down straight. All right, here we go.
I'll follow you down.
Drum roll.
Yeah, there you go. I think you missed.
Oh, damn it. I crashed.
Too close.
I crashed in that little thing that we built.
You got to go further out.
Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take our thing apart. I'm still gonna try to get this to work.
I'm gonna head down now. You don't have stuff down there that I'm gonna be picking up accidentally, have you?
Oh, tons of stuff, but life goes on.
I'm gonna be avoiding it all anyway. So okay, here I come.
I don't want you to fall on top of me.
Oh, so I've just fallen through all your stuff. Just going to move across a little bit to the grass.
Oh, I saw you.
Oh, I got killed. Okay.
Dang it. All right, so my viewers are sitting here just being very disappointed in me because I have not been able to figure this out. But we're gonna just I gotta go up the tower.
I survived the first fall. I actually survived. That one I didn't.
I don't understand how that even happened. Did you land in water?
No, I landed on grass, like right next to the door.
I just that shouldn't happen. I mean, that's a miracle. You witnessed a miracle, Daz.
I'll clip that little bit out of the video and just put that little 10-second clip as its own little video for people.
But I mean, what better place for witnessing miracles than in a tower to heaven or a ladder to heaven?
Exactly.
Where were you when they jumped off the ladder to heaven?
So I thought it must have been that if you had full health, you couldn't actually die, but that's not the case, is it?
I don't believe so. I believe you hit a certain critical mass. I mean, I do it all the time underground, and it's much less of a fall than this, and you just go kersplat.
I've left all your stuff outside. It's all on the ground.
Oh, okay. I mean, you didn't have to do that. I guess since you are not going to play the game again.
No, look, I'll leave all that. I could have walked over it all, but it's all just at the. I don't know how long it stays there for before it all disappears. But it's just outside outside where we started.
All right, let me just
try one more jump.
Yeah, I'm almost ready for jump number. It's raining in space, which is a very interesting phenomenon.
It's raining down the bottom as well.
All right. You know what? I'm going to take this.
Up we go. Yeah, but if ever you're wanting a good game for lots of people to play, if you've got as a hot seat type game, Drawful is a lot of fun.
And now you actually draw. Like, do you use like
you draw on your mobile phone, and it doesn't matter if you can't draw or not. It really, it's just it's one of the best of those sort of games I've ever seen. It's so much fun. So I think it's Drawful 2 is the one that we play. I think there was an original one, but it's very, very good game. Very enjoyable. It's sort of one of those things I would have loved to have been able to record it because one Christmas we played it all the time. Like you play it through your TV. So you've just got to hook the computer up to the TV, and then everyone just watches the TV. The TV then tells you how to play the game, and then everybody. And you always, oh, there you go. Just so you go past.
What's funny is you fall faster than the blocks. So I actually picked up some blocks that had fallen long before I jumped on the way down.
Oh, okay, yeah. I found that when I was. That's why I picked up all your stuff. It was still all falling.
Oh, so okay, I'm gonna put a teleporter here or something. This is gonna be Suicide Planet. Oh man. All right, so Drawful. I mean, I don't play a lot of mobile games, but I mean that's definitely how I draw. Is awful. So Drawful makes a lot of sense.
No, Drawful's a very, very funny game. It's really good fun as a cooperative or multiplayer. Without you are competing, but it doesn't feel like you are because it's just more about everybody's got to draw what their clues are, and they've all got different clues which come through on your mobile phone, and then you've essentially got to draw that, and then people have to guess what it is and write what they think it is. And so it's quite funny actually when it all sort of happens. Anyway, here we go. This will be my last jump, I think. We're sort of running out of time again. It's just funny. The rain stops just at the top. It's only on one side of our tower.
Well, because I think it's hitting the tower.
Oh, I'm hitting the rain. The rain is clipping through. It's quite.
I was going to call this Suicide Planet, but instead I'm going to call it Tower to Heaven. That's a little bit more romantic.
So it's funny. My game is lagging, and it's trying to catch up with the lag. There's a very good chance I'm going to survive this.
Well, I'm here at the bottom, so I'll see. I'll see it.
Here we go. If it keeps on doing this, I will survive. Nope, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I just saw your... Oh, look at the rain is falling down so heavy from the side of the tower that it's like pooling up. That's something. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a teleporter that I can put on the top of the tower. In the meantime, I have a question for you, Daz. Have you ever played a Total War game? Because they're incredibly popular, but I've never heard you play them.
I don't like them as much as the first one. I used to play Shogun a lot, and I loved that one, the first Shogun, because it had very much. Actually, I'm really lagging now. The first Shogun had it was very much a rock paper scissors approach to the way that everything was set up, and what I sort of found with the recent ones is that it's more just once you get the strongest unit, it beats everything. and that sort of frustrated me really.
In Shogun, so what unit was that? Because I played it too, but I don't remember there being an ultimate unit that beats everything.
Not in Shogun, but in every other one that I've played. Like if you get the like elite cavalry or something like that, like it doesn't really matter whether you're, like it's supposed to be the way that I've always sort of liked. What I liked about the early games of Total War was that cavalry beat ranged units beat sort of infantry, and infantry beat cavalry. So you sort of could have like your pikemen to beat your cavalry, and once again, like it would be more the pikeman style that would actually do the actual attacking against cavalry. But it allowed you to then establish your armies where you had like you had to have pikemen near archers, for example, just to protect them from cavalry, and then it made the cavalry. To use the cavalry effectively, you had to then wait until your infantry had beaten through the pikeman units to then open up the archers for the cavalry. And I found that as the Total War games went on further and further, and I've actually just got the Warhammer one. I haven't really played it much, but one thing I did find with those is it just didn't really sort of scratch that itch where you could use strategy with mid-range units to actually do like have good attacks. You couldn't really combine your arms effectively.
You're right. Warhammer is very much about elite units. Are you going up the tower, by the way?
I'm in the tower, yeah.
Okay, because I'm just going to beam to you then to save some time.
Yep.
I built a nice little teleporter. Oh, perfect. That I'm going to build up at the top for us. Well, for me, I guess, because this is my universe. But yeah, it's funny you never played them on your channel.
Once again, it was just I've played them. I like the Total War Rome. I did enjoy that one, and then there was a mod that came out where you could actually play what was it, Lord of the Rings through it, through the Rome one, and I really enjoyed that, and I nearly recorded that one. And then Attila came out. I quite liked that one. That one seemed to be sort of like a bit more like where the units did matter. And but then I don't know, the very first one. I loved it so much, and after that, it was all more about the effects, if that makes sense. It was a bit like the way movies went, where there was a time where movies were all about the effects, not about the story. And I sort of found that the Total War games were a little bit like that. It became all about how sort of impressive individual units were, rather than how you had to combine them to actually get the most impressive result.
That's true.
That disappointed me a lot, actually, with those games. But I keep on hoping that the next one is going to be, is going to sort of correct that. And so I do want to. I'm looking forward to Warhammer 2, for example, because I don't know if they'll do that. They may not, because I think it's really now. I think the Total War games are for a different sort of gamer than just purely a strategy gamer. And
I do think the Warhammer games take it in that direction. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Warhammer. As you saw, it was my number 10 most played game, although technically Attila was my number 5. So, but because my love is of history. Like, what's funny is you see like fist fights in the forums where you've got the Total War history fans, and they're just livid that Warhammer is where Creative Assembly's attention is being put, because the reason why they play Total War is for history.
Yes, yeah, and it's very much what used to be. Like, once again with Shogun, I found it fascinating to actually play the game and then read about Japanese history. I thought it was an excellent game, the very first one. Yeah,
I'd love to see them go back to the Napoleon era too, and the Empire era with an actually decent game, because that was just a terrible game mechanically. But I would love to see more in that particular era, and I think now they can, because they've really done a lot with the gunpowder from Warhammer. Like that helped them kind of phase how to mix guns and swords and all that, and I think they learned a lot from that.
I started playing I just got it running on a live stream, Age of Rifles. Did you ever play that back in the day?
No.
That was an old 1990s DOS game.
Oh, wow.
It's, once again, just having a look at the mechanics. I mean, it was a tiny little screen, but it took forever to get it running. But in the end, it did get running, and I didn't actually ever play a game of it. I'm thinking of doing like a game or a series or something on that particular game, because it is just so good. And but it's one of those games where when you look at the actual game mechanics of that, it's just perfect for such an old game, and you just wonder why don't people actually build those sort of games anymore. And this is one where you can build anything you like from the era from about the 1850s through to 1905, and it's extremely good game. But it's so it's not really Napoleonics, but it's not too far off.
Huh, interesting. I don't know. I mean, I one of the most fun times I ever had on my channel was I played an old game, an old adventure game, Quest for Glory 4, and I mean, hardly anybody watched it, but I loved it. It's fun to go back to old games.
Yeah, it's sort of fun, but it's also disappointing too, I find. Like it's one of those things where the memories from when they were, top of the class, back in their day, it fades. It's sort of fairly quickly, and you remember it more fondly than they really are, I find.
Yeah, it's possible. All right,
one game I did actually start playing recently, which where I did feel that it was still a very, very good game, is the Steel Panthers games. I was really enjoying that series.
Is that about tanks?
Yes. Oh, tanks. It's just like you can do a World War II, but you can also do modern warfare as well. And it's we were talking before about the the producer for the old Dominions. That was Shrapnel Games. Well, they actually handle the Steel Panthers games. And oh wow, you've got a whole thing up the top here. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it nice. It's called, I've now Tower of Heaven, which is the bottom and top of Tower of Heaven, and I'm going to there we are. I'm going to put a door here.
Get out of your way. Yeah, so once again, it's an old game from the 1990s, or actually it might have been from around the year 2000, and it's you just sort of think, oh, someone else made a game, or someone made a game of that, remade it with modern, like with sort of like the mod cons from today. It would just be an awesome game. It's a very good game though. It still holds up very, very well.
I have a game like that too. The funny thing is, I forget what it's called, but I'm going to describe it. I'm going to describe it to you right now. So apparently there was a space game that was released long time ago, like in the 90s, and you were these human, I guess, space planets, and you were being attacked by these aliens who were like green men, and so there was a sequel to that game, and that's the one that I played. And the sequel, oh shoot, now I can't get back up to the suicide part. The sequel is you are the green militant aliens, and the way the game works is you fly from planet to planet in your star cruisers, and the game itself is you're invading the planet. So it's like a what do you call it when you're looking from the upward down? So it's like tiles.
Like a three-quarter view or something, or
not three-quarter view, like directly up down. Like it's just back before they had that level of graphical sophistication. So it's like
you're top down.
Top down. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I don't know why I'm losing my mind right now. So top down, and the first thing you had to do, because the planets had shields. So the first thing you had to do was you had to land your shock troops, who were infantry, but they were relatively weak, and they would land like in random places, and you would have to then kind of clear a landing area where you would build a landing pad so that you can send down your assault troops, and then you had to command them in such a way that, and it wasn't turn based, but it wasn't real time either. It was like a kind of a mixture of both, I want to say. It was real time, but in steps instead of like fluidly. And so that's what you do. You'd conquer each planet, like there'd be certain victory points or cities, and then you do it again. You go to the next planet, which would be harder. And I would love for somebody to make an updated version of that's like graphically really exceptional. Yeah. I forget.
The old gameplay back in that era was just incredible.
Could you? There we go. I don't know why you're so much better at jumping than I am, but you certainly are. Like
you're. Let's see how far across I can jump.
Okay, we're still suicide pacting over here.
Yeah. The lag here is really, really bad as I fall.
All right, well, I've got my teleporter all set up. I've got
a fair way away.
The fall. All right, this is how we'll end the episode here. Marcus killing himself one more time.
Yeah, I think I'm now back as well, so I think it's a good time. That sounds good. Well, that was fun again, Marcus. It's always fun doing this.
Yeah, this was. I got it. Whoa. Oh yeah, I thought the game crashed or something, but it's actually going to the death screen. Oh, you know what sucks though is I credited a thing that was worth 10,000 pixels, so I probably lost something like 2,000 pixels right now. But yeah, Daz, thank you so much. I honestly, this was a terrible amount of fun. I mean, just building this tower. It was just kind of this random idea I had in my mind, and it was worth it. I mean, it delivered. As a concept for a co-op experience, it delivered.
No, it was great. It was really good. It was good fun. It's a good game, actually. It's surprisingly it's surprisingly fun. It's very not therapeutic. What's the word? It's you can chill out with it, can't you?
Absolutely, and that's my favorite kind of game. Like the music is so good, and so I mean, if I feel like it, I could build a base. If I feel like it, I could just go from planet to planet and just explore them. I mentioned in a much earlier episode, and there was some controversy, but I mentioned that that this game is also interesting to play when you are under the influence of certain certain substances, which are completely and totally legal where I live, and it's fun. It's even more fun, and so it's just a good game all around, and you can play it in multiple ways and with multiple strategies, multiple goals. You could explore, you could build, you could do quests, and it's just so well done. Like I was telling Wade Star when we were filming our couple episodes of this, that the only thing I could see, I love the gameplay already. The only thing I want them to do is just add content. And there's actually a mod called Fracking Universe that adds a ton of new content. And as soon as I'm done with these co-op episodes, I'm gonna upgrade to that mod. I mean, you can't do co-op with people who don't have it. So I was waiting for this to be over. But I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna play the game more now with all that additional, like more planet types, more biomes, more everything. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, okay. Yep. Now, just how do I give you back your pack?
Oh no, keep it. I have one. I have a much more upgraded one. So it's yours to do with as you will. Oh, cherish it forever.
Because I probably won't be playing the game again. So
it's all right. I mean, I'm not going to do anything with it because
you don't want for the next person that comes along.
No, I think we're done. I think I've got all my YouTubers that we're gonna be part of this. Have been part of this. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Daz, thank you so much for being here. Daz, I've mentioned this before, but I think it bears some explanation because it's a phrase that you don't hear very often. I actually learned it from my dad, but I consider you to be the dean of YouTube strategy gaming. And what that means, for those of you who aren't familiar with the phrase, is just like the older, wiser, more experienced person whom everyone else kind of emulates and learns from. I mean, I was watching Daz.
Thanks, Marcus.
Years.
I'm embarrassed now. I'm glad we don't have the face cam.
For years prior to actually starting my own channel, I watched Daz. Daz was the first person to ever do Dominions, as far as I could tell. You did Dominions 3. You were one of the first people, I think, to do Dwarf Fortress. At least the first person I saw doing Dwarf Fortress, but I'm sure, obviously I probably were not the first. But definitely, I think you're
there's a guy that, Captain Duck. He did a lot of it, and he still does it.
But while I was definitely influenced by many YouTubers to get started with my channel, Surreal Beliefs being one of the most notable ones, the content that I provide was derived from watching Daz and Daz's channel. Like that's the kind of channel I wanted to have. So.
Oh, thanks, Marcus.
Yeah. It's great that we were able to do so many co-ops and I really appreciate it. And so, yeah, thank you very much. And thanks for doing this with me today.
Thank you for the invite. And it's been good fun, actually. That was good. That was, I thought that because I'm such a noob at this game, I was going to screw everything right up, but it was, we got there.
No, we accomplished a ton.
Jump off a few times.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Once again, this is Starbound. I'm here with DasTactic, who long time ago used to be Daz24680. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See ya.